Hello, Football Amigos show. It's your boy Mide. We are back again, yes, and we do have a guest, amigos. We told you we're going to be doing these things a little different, so we're happy to have Lolu today, our Chelsea fan.
Our
Lolu, how are you
Chelsea
doing
fan.
today?
Lolu is Lolu is Lolu is doing well as Lolu can be, but as a Chelsea fan, Lolu is not doing well. Lolu is absolutely not doing well as a Chelsea fan.
Oh, this is going to be a fun one, amigos. Like, share, subscribe. Let us know your thoughts, of course, about Chelsea. It's a Chelsea night, amigos. The Chelsea night. Whenever we have our guests, we like to give them the attention, of course. Maybe make it a therapy session, which it looks like this session is going to be. But
Yes.
we, but before we start, Ayo, how you doing today?
I'm doing great. Glad to be with the guys talking about soccer. Also glad that the spotlight is on Arsenal, so I can take that for another week. Yeah.
Wait, I thought it was. Oh yeah, they lost they lost to Man City. Oh, all right, we'll go on. It's the battle starts. The battle starts. Of course, Sam will be back with us soon. Of course, he's looking forward to be back with Amigos. But as always, the show must go on. Amigos, we have Lolu. He's our resident Chelsea fan. I've known Lolu for more than 15 years, really. One of my very close friends and a very strong avid Chelsea fan. Um, I remember playing soccer with him all in high school, and he was always a blue. He's always been a blue, and he will forever be a blue. So Lulu, we're happy to have you here.
Thank
Excited
you.
to join our Amigos family. When did you start? When did you start supporting Chelsea?
When did I start supporting Chelsea? So I'm not gonna lie and be like, oh, I've been a Chelsea fan since birth. No, actually, I haven't been a Chelsea fan since birth. I but I remember when I started supporting them. Obviously, I felt like I needed a team that spoke to me as a young kid in Nigeria, growing up in Nigeria, and here comes Chelsea with Celestin Babayaro as
Oh
their left back, and
yes,
I was like,
the
okay.
OGs.
And he plays for the national team, and I was like, okay, yeah, this definitely resonates with me. Um, and I come from a house divided because my dad is an Arsenal fan.
Oh my
I
gosh!
am
Oh
a
my
Chelsea
gosh!
fan,
I remember
and my
that.
younger brother is a Manchester United fan till forever.
Yeah, I've
So
always loved
yeah, we're
Salah. I've
definitely
always
a
loved
house
him.
divided. So I didn't want to. I had to get something outside because forever it has already been Arsenal versus Manchester United, right? And I didn't want to go
Mhm.
with the flow. I wanted something different. Thank God I went with Chelsea and not Tottenham.
Shots fired! Oh jeez, poor Tottenham. when
Oh
you have
yeah,
when you have
yeah.
Chelsea and Arsenal, on one stream, it's gonna be Tottenham banter all the
I
way.
mean,
Unfortunately.
it's unfortunately not even worth it at this point. Tottenham will go on Tottenham. Yeah, it is what it is.
Oh, that's interesting. That's interesting. Who's your favorite Chelsea player ever that's played for the
Oh,
club?
ever? That's the
Hmm.
easiest question. That's got to be Eden Hazard. Like,
Really?
oh yeah, it's got to be Eden Hazard. Who did you
I would
think it
think you
was
would
going
just.
to be?
I was thinking because I knew you really liked Didier Drogba for the
I
longest
love
time, but
DJ Drogba. I
mhm.
love DJ Drogba. Yeah, I feel like that also can be like a great answer. But if I were to pick someone, if I were to pick a player, definitely Eden Hazard. Just seeing that man's magic on the field and what he did with the ball when he was at Chelsea. I still vividly remember the goal he scored at Stamford Bridge against West Ham. Insane. And as soon as he
Yes.
scored, I think it dribbled run by like three, four people before it slotted the ball into the corner. And when he did that, I was like, yeah, this is definitely his farewell before he leaves Chelsea. And yeah, that summer he left, I think was yeah, summer he left to Real Madrid. But he was such a unique talent that we had at Chelsea, even at that time where we had great players around him. I think everyone too respected him just being on the field and the magic that he had with the ball between his feet. It was something incredible to watch. And I'm blessed that I was a Chelsea fan during that time because I
Right.
can just imagine being another team and watching Hazard playing against us. It would have been miserable. But Hazard definitely 10 out of 10. Great player. Great player.
Absolutely. He's one of those players that technically was one of the best in Europe for amongst at least top five, top 10,
Hmm.
with how
Yeah.
technically gifted he was. Like he was the one that brought the phrase gliding on the
Mm.
field to
Yep.
light. Like he just moves so easily with the ball, and he
Smoothly.
just sticks to his feet. And
Smoothly.
I remember for defenders, it's either he beats you, which was very common, or you foul him, and it's always going to be a foul every single time.
Absolutely. It wasn't he at one point the most foul player in the Premier League? I think in
Hmm.
in in the whole of football, he was probably the most foul player in the league at that time. And yeah, he was just something else to watch. Like I said, the goal against West Ham stakes to me is just right there, so vivid. The goal against Arsenal at Stamford Bridge.
Ah, there it
I
is.
I know that
I
too.
has
I bet I could
nightmares.
remember that. You remember that? That was something else to witness as well. And just goals after goals and assists after assists and again accolades after accolades and championship after championship. He definitely one of Chelsea's goats.
No, I totally agree. I totally agree. Amigos, like, share, subscribe. Please let us know your, if you're a Chelsea fan, of course, drop your comments below. Let us know your favorite Chelsea player and why. I know there's a lot of them. I wasn't really a fan of Chelsea, but if I was to pick a player that I liked from Chelsea, right, it's not going to be Mikel Obi because I have a very soft spot because it was meant to be a United player, and then last minute he changed over to the dark side. But to me, I think it was DJ
How is that the
Drogba.
dark side? Is money talks.
uh, I guess that's why Chelsea are in the states where they are, where they can sign a player for 8 years.
Ew.
Oh, jeez, that's gonna be another conversation, amigos, coming soon. But no, that's awesome, Lulu, for sharing that. And by the way, amigos, little insight to Lulu, my friend here. In high school, he was one of the best players in our team in high school, hands down. If you wanted to picture the type of player he was, for our high school, imagine a younger Thierry Henry with the skill of a little bit of Aiden Hazard, a little bit,
A
but
little bit,
that ability to place the ball to the far corner from the
a
left with
little
his right
bit,
foot, goalkeepers had nightmares, defenders had
a little
nightmares.
bit.
When I played against him, at times I had nightmares. But he was, he wasn't. He's still such a wonderful player to watch. I
Hey,
remember those younger days.
thank you. Appreciate that. I mean, the kudos I get the Arsenal fans is that uh, Arsenal definitely at that time growing up, they were the team that played complete football.
Yes.
Arsenal was Barcelona before Barcelona on Arsene Wenger back in Highbury. Watching them pass the ball with Vieira in the middle, Sylvain Wiltord over there,
Hmm.
Freddie Ljungberg, Robert Perez, yeah, and obviously Thierry Henry up top. Yeah,
Lulu,
watching
I
them
I
play,
remember that era very differently.
yeah,
I
yeah, really.
remember being called Barcelona light, and I remember a certain manager who shall not be named calling our hero Arsene Wenger a specialist in failure. So this kind of revisionist history
I
to get
mean,
from
it was around this time that as Wenger was slowly was the they said what was like Jamie Carragher said leave the football before the football leaves you when he was talking about Casemiro. Hello, Manchester United.
Oh my gosh.
This
Oh
was this
gosh. There it
was
is.
this was this was football leaving as a Wenger before as a Wenger left. He should have just dipped it. I mean, 38 games on beating. Yeah, that is something I have to put my hands up and say, okay, okay, round of applause, applaudite. That was amazing to see. So back then, yeah, watching Arsenal play was annoying, but seeing what Thierry Henry could do with the ball, yeah, I was like, every time I saw him play, I was like, yeah, I gotta get on the field now and try something. So that's where all that came from. But yeah, I appreciate that, Illuminate. Appreciate it.
Of course, of course. I
It,
always
it
say because
was it
it's
was
true.
interesting if I go back to that time to see the transformation of Chelsea, because that was a period you're talking about was when Bromovich came in, and we go from Hasselbank. Was it Hasselbank? I don't know who his strikers were.
Jimmy Floyd
Like,
Hasselbank, Torre Andrew Flo. Yep.
like a mid-table team, like a solidly mid-table team, and just see those transformations over the course of years to like
Yep.
now we're talking about Champions League, what's it
Hmm.
called? Contenders. It was such a fascinating time to just see that.
Yeah.
I mean, that was the first transformative project that we had in the modern Premier League era, where you see an investor come and pick a team and then transform it into what was considered for a long time a world beater. It was
Hmm.
first, obviously, first of many attempts, but it was a largely successful one. It was a
Yeah.
fascinating time. Yeah.
It was.
Hmm.
It
Talking
was.
about transformation, we'll bring it back to current Chelsea. Lulu, as you know, this club has been through a lot of transition from
Oh.
losing their owner to getting a new owner to changing coaches after coaches
Mm,
after coaches
mm,
and
mm,
completely phasing out all of their most experienced players to bring in
mm,
new players. And that's not necessarily a bad thing, but when you don't have a balance of experience and young players to balance out a team,
mm.
you get performances that are very inconsistent, which has really defined Chelsea season, especially this season. Lulu,
Ah.
as a Chelsea fan, this could be therapeutic for you. We are here to listen, but we want you to just, especially being a Chelsea fan, you know more than us what's going on, doing
Mm-hmm.
it like based on the in and outs of the club. What is going on with
Mm,
Chelsea this season?
hmm. If I start to talk, people will say I'm talking too much. Hmm. When have you seen Chelsea lose on aggregate seven to be 8-2?
H2.
Have you
It was
when last? See, I don't even know because I didn't watch. I decided not to watch that game. You are not going to catch me watching Chelsea play that nonsense. You're not going to catch me watching Chelsea play that nonsense. You know, when are you going to? Okay, let me calm down because it's not. I can sit here and call out every single player, every every mistake that has happened, every coach that has come and gone, but nothing is going to make the greatest. Um, nothing is going to change if we still have Todd Bowley and Clay Lake running Chelsea. Absolutely, let's just take that to the bank. Nothing is going to happen. Nothing positive is going to happen. Chelsea is going to continue to languish mid-table. We're going to keep saying, "Oh yeah, maybe if Aston Villa wins this week, maybe we'll be able to get into the fifth spot in Champions League." That's what is going to be for Chelsea. Where Chelsea is never going to compete for no title again. Um, because we have decided to run the club as a business. Chelsea is in a business field now. It's about finance and buying players on the cheap and oh yeah, on their resume they play for Chelsea. So if they're going to get sold, they're going to get the Clear Lake is going to make money. You know, that's what Chelsea is right now. Gone are the days where a Roman Abramovich is going to fire Roberto Di Matteo after winning the Champions League. Gone are those days where you would have a Didier Drogba up top and a John Terry at the back. Every reputable manager has called for a decent center back, experienced center back. Where? Where is that? What is happening? Why are we doing that? Oh, you want a center back? Here, I'll give you a Estaval. Oh, you want a center back? Here, I'll give you another striker. We You want a center back. And that's why these coaches, the last decent coach we just fired, Maresca. I feel like Maresca walked. I feel like Thomas Tuchel walked because they saw they spoke with the board and they're like, yeah, these guys ain't they're not up to scuff. These these people don't know what they're talking about. They're not serious. They don't want to win. They want to run a business. Because if you look at American, Todd Bowley's American. If you look at the American sport system as a whole, what sport has a relegation system? There's no relegation system, which means
None.
there are no consequences. You go to the Super Bowl, you play the NFL, you don't make the Super Bowl. Okay. You go to the Super Bowl, you don't win the Super Bowl. Okay. No one is dropping into a lower denomination to go play where your pride is hurt. Tottenham is about to get relegated. Who knows? Right? Pride is wow. Arsenal's not Arsenal's going to be laughing at us. And Arsenal is about to win the league, potentially win the league. You know, um, Leicester City won the league. What in 2015 or when was that? Where are they now? That's pride. That's you're fighting for something. You know, you're fighting for something. You don't get that with American sports. You don't get that with American sport. It's not a lie. It is what it is. It's a business. They are run by rich billionaires that have been there for for time. Look at the owner of the Dallas Cowboys. Look at the owner of New England Patriots. They've been there for time. And it's just rinse and repeat. Go to Los Angeles Lakers. When was the last time they won the? Well, they did win it in what was it? Was it COVID times? Whenever they won it, yeah, I think it was lockdown that they won. I think it's like, oh, okay, nothing is working out. Don't worry, we'll just break everything down, and we again, project will build from the top. Oklahoma City Thunder when they lost Kevin Durant, um, the guy with the beard, and the point guard. I only know Kevin Durant. Sorry. I know their name, but I've forgotten. Those three, those three
My guy.
players. Yeah. When they
Uh,
had those three players and Kevin Durant left, and then James Harden, bad guy, left, and it was left with Russell Westbrook. It was the only guy. Okay. Then they started talking about project and project and project. And once Westbrook saw it, I was like, okay, I gotta go too, because this is not going to work out. He left. They've gotten so far. Oklahoma City has been an entity until this project, right? But how long will that take? What is the guarantee that that is something that is going to happen at a Chelsea? You could do this and do this and do this, and then you get relegated mistakenly. Who says you're going to come back to the Premier League if you get relegated as a Chelsea? First of all, it's going to be the biggest failure in sports history
Lulu,
because
why are we talking about relegation?
because I'm saying that there is no consequence.
Oh,
It could
I
be
see. Yeah.
very easy. It could be very easy. Look at Manchester United last season. No, I'm not. I'm not. I'm not even trying to throw shade. Look at Manchester United last season.
Whatever,
It could be
Ayo.
Oh, what's
Tottenham
a
last
terrible
season.
team. Oh my
Tottenham
God.
last season and Tottenham this
Oh,
season. There is no
no, no,
guarantee.
Lulu. But we have to focus on that Man United last season. That was just as poor a performance as we've
Very
ever seen
poor.
in the
Very
Come
poor.
history of
And
the
on,
then
Premier
and I
come
League.
on.
thought
How do we go from Chelsea to United?
we
I
are
will
the
come
same.
back.
We are in the same division now.
We just
And
have
then
to.
we now
We're a little
thought
bit.
that okay, oh, they are going to go to a Europa League final. Oh yeah, oh, come and just let dash you one thing.
Of all
Tottenham
teams.
of all
Yeah.
things. Ah,
At least you can tell like Lulu supports the London team, all of us, and they have to do a parade too. Oh my God, the most
I just
undeserved title
I
because
acted
Man
I
United cannot
acted
show up.
disappointed. I acted disappointed, but in my mind I was dancing, man. You know, I'm not saying it's going to get there, but it's a strong possibility that it's going to get there. These teams in the Premier League are strong. They don't care if your name is a Chelsea. They don't care if your name is an Arsenal, a Sunderland, or Sunderland is going to go toe to toe with Arsenal and tie in the last minute. A Wolves is going to go toe to toe with Arsenal and tie in the last minute. You know, there is no, it's, can you bring that energy to the very last? But we don't have that. We don't have that heart anymore. Clearly is running Chelsea like a business. At the end of the day, it's only financial to them. They don't care. I'm the one who was going to suffer the heartache at the end of the day. These guys, the manager is going to get fired tomorrow and get replaced by another yes man who is going to say, "Oh yes, 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 the club is built, and I see the vision. It's a project. It's going to come true." No, it's not. No, it's not. I'm the one who has to wake up at 7 a.m. and see you gaslight me into passing the ball left and right, left and right, and left and right. And you think I'm going to watch that for 19 minutes and let a Newcastle come to Stamford Bridge and beat you 1-0? Or I wait and watch you at 9 a.m. to watch a Burnley tie the game after doing pass, 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 pass. When I see that happen in the first 15 minutes, I know what Chelsea is about to do. My lawsuit. I will go and sleep. I will turn the TV. I will play FIFA. I will play Call of Duty. I will play game before I will go and sleep. You're not going to do that to me again. You're not going to spoil my weekend. You know, I have seen glimpses. I've been watching you since you fired Thomas Tuchel and brought in Graham Potter. I saw that movie before. Then I thought, okay, oh, maybe you are gaining some small sense. And then you brought in what's this man's name that coaches for the United States now?
Pochettino. Pochettino.
Pochettino. You brought in Pochettino. I was like, okay, give him time. Give him time. I was a Pochettino stan. I was supporting Pochettino. I was like, okay, he's got some name recognition. It took Tottenham to a Champions League final. His guys, he maybe he has the patience for this. They fired him. Okay. Then they went and brought in Maresca, right? I'm like, okay, let's see. Let's see what happens. But these reputable managers that have a little bit of name. But Maresca coached under it was number two to Pep Guardiola. He saw how things were running. He saw how Guardiola could say, "This is what I want." And before if he tells the Manchester City board jump, they say how high. They're buying whatever he needs. You know, they're buying whoever this man needs. So he saw what was happening at Manchester City and he saw Chelsea, and he probably walked away with what we had. He still gave us Club World Cup, beating a well-stacked PSG team. Yes, sure, preseason, call it whatever you want to call it. But he still beat a well-stacked PSG team coming back from the Champions League win over Inter Milan. So, and then he saw what was happening and was like, yeah, we're not going to progress. This is not going to be good. Just give me my money because you people are giving me 5-year contract at whatever amount if you fire me at the end of the day. I can walk away with millions in the bank and I'm good, you know? So at the end, is Chelsea is just a business. It's there are no more consequences. That's what they're thinking. The owners are thinking that. It's not like a Roman Abramovich who's going to be like, yeah, no, sorry, bye bye. What are we doing? You know, they just bringing in kids now to play for these teams, and I feel bad for the actual big name players on the team because as a big name player, you should be playing big name football. You should be wanting to beat big name players, big name teams. If we don't make Champions League this year, I don't see us holding on to Enzo. I don't see us holding on to Cole Palmer. I don't see us holding on to um, Caicedo. I don't see us holding on to these players, and we need them, but they have every right to leave the club if we don't make it. That's my 2 cents.
No, your 2 cents is worth a million. I mean, I honestly feel like you've answered so many other questions that I had about what's going on with Chelsea. It's like you could tell just Amigos, you could tell the passion he has and just using different references and different examples, even from other sports, to be able to create a story from start to finish where Chelsea have just fallen down the pecking order in terms of world football dominance. And Lulu, here's where the question comes as we do it, Amigos. Do you see the light at the tunnel? Do you
Nope.
see? Do you see? Okay, so you definitely answered my question then.
Nope.
Before we go to the future, I've always wondered as a Chelsea fan what it felt like when everything was happening in England and ownership of Chelsea had to be turned away from Abramovich abruptly to Clear Lake City. What was that like as a fan during that season? Was it
Uh,
2002 or whenever that was? Yeah. Mhm.
to Abramovich, when we got
When
Abramovich,
no no when he had to sell the team, I believe,
oh,
because
when he
I
had to sell the team. So that
mhm.
was recent, right? That was like,
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
2022, I think. Yeah.
yeah,
Mhm.
the
yeah,
geopolitical changes that were happening then.
yeah. I mean, it was sad. It was sad from a Chelsea point of view
Mhm.
because we've come to know and trust and understand Chelsea under Roman Abramovich, right? We've seen shifts in clubs before from managerial, not managerial, board shifts within different clubs before, and we saw how shaky it was. So that happening to a Chelsea was very scary at that time. Um,
Wait, were you optimistic or
I was not. I was not
okay.
optimistic. The when I became optimistic was when we started going for a player of Enzo's caliber and the money we were going to. I was like, okay. So from the money aspect, you can definitely step up. You can put your money where your mouth is, like a Roman Abramovich, because we got used to that. We
Mm.
wanted a big name player. He was going to go get us a Eden Hazard. We wanted big name players. It was going to get us a Juan Mata. He started the big money spending when we bought Fernando Torres for $50 million, 50 million pounds. And we're like, wait a minute, that's insane amount of money. But he brought that into the Premier League. So we were like, oh, okay, we could get down with this. You want to go for Enzo Fernandez for that amount of money? Sure, be my guest. So that was when I think Chelsea, at least in my mind, I don't want to speak for every Chelsea fan. My mind shifted towards, okay, this could be a good thing when we saw that, okay, if we need to drop the money for the player, we can do it. And it's worked several times they've dropped a considerable amount of money and the player made sense. We did the same thing for Caicedo, making him the most expensive signing ever in the Premier League. And he has done his big one. He has done his thing. He's talked about in the same fashion as the Declan Rice. They're the two top midfielders in the Premier League. So yeah, when we had to spend big money, I think we spent it right. But it is left so much lacking at the end of the day. So much lacking at the end of the day. because at the end of the day, they are really treating Chelsea like it's a business, right? It's a business. We are managing two clubs because they have Chelsea and they have their sister club, Strasbourg, where it's just transactional. Oh yeah, we're going to buy this player. Let him go develop at Strasbourg, and then bring him back here. And it's like that's where your new coach in Liam Rosinha is coming from, Strasbourg, because it's a yes man. These people, that's how they communicate. So if we let Rosinha go, who's going to come? Probably the next manager from Strasbourg, and it doesn't make any sense anymore. You
So
know,
you feel like, because Abramovich had a singular focus on success.
he
Um,
did
in fact, some of his firings were puzzling. Um,
very puzzling.
what was that guy? Mateo? Was it
Yeah,
Mateo? The
Yes,
guy
Roberto Di
that
Di
came
Matteo.
Matteo.
in. Was it Champions League he won, or was it Premier League?
Hmm.
Immediately after the Champions League, his shaky
Champions League, yeah.
performances in the Premier League,
And
and
he
poof, it
was
was
gone.
gone.
It was a very unforgiving, like results driven approach Abramovich had, and I can see how, with Clear Lake there is more of that like profit, moneyball style approach.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. It's there are different philosophies. Midday, do you're talking about the future?
Yeah, no, I mean, it's very important to understand the past so that you can reshape your future in a better mold. So, Lulu, in that light, if you had the ability to make Chelsea better from where they are today, what would be the three major things you would change? And it could be in different areas of the club. It could be board level, player level, coaching staff level. What would you specifically change? Would be playing philosophy, academy. What would you three things that would change that? If you change these three things, the next 2 years you will see an instant impact,
mhm,
right? And within that 2 years, these three things can also impact the next 5 years or 10 years of Chelsea to get them close to where they were. Because to me, I remember when Chelsea every season, not only
mhm,
were they in Champions League, they were in Champions League semi-finals.
mhm.
They were in finals of FA Cups. They were top two, top three in the Premier League, and it was consistent every single year.
Right, right. Oh, great question. It's and if you ask any Chelsea fan, they'll probably the first thing they'll say is get rid of the board. And that they're right in every sense to say that. But and normally I would say that too, but to kind of stop the bleeding, because 2 years, you said in the next 2 years, 2 years is very short. We cannot chop and change the board again and start all over. It's going to be way too much work for us to see change that quickly. But I would take a page from every team that has done something similar in the past. I'll look at Arsenal, for example. At one point, Arsenal, they remember 2020 Arsenal. I'm sure Aya remembers. It was painful for them during that time, and they were telling Stan Kroenke to sell the club. It was very very painful for them, right? But what Stan Kroenke did, Shebi is still the owner now.
Yes.
Right? Did we lose Mide?
He's in the background. I think he probably just has
Okay.
to sync out. He'll be back. You can continue. Yeah.
Right. So, um, what Stan Kroenke did was he some way somehow managed to win the fans back. Right now, Chelsea and the board, they've gone different different direction. Right. Follow the Stan Kroenke method. Find find a decent manager. There are managers out there right now that can do something. Xabi Alonso is a great manager. Cesc Fabregas is doing amazing things with Caen in France. They're third on the table now, I think. Find a decent manager and back him. Stop all of that. We're going to bring in a young player from Brazil. We're going to bring in a this from a young player from this, and that's what drove Arsene Wenger to for them to drop. This man was just buying everybody young. They were like, okay, Otito, can you please stop all that? That's what we're doing currently. Stop all. We need experience. The only thing that can steady this Chelsea team, if we're going to stay under the current ownership, is consistency. And consistency starts when you have a strong base. It's not going to shake as much. It's not going to shake as much, right? We have kids right now who we are saying come and compete against established teams like an Arsenal. Arsenal is so far ahead of the plan because they've been in this pain since 2020 when Arteta was there, still their coach. The only thing that they did, Honky did, was understand and just like, okay, fine, let's go and get Maurice Edu into this club, and let's just fix the head of this club. Let's give the don't talk to me, talk to Maurice Edu. Maurice Edu will bring all your problems to me. We'll talk it with Arteta. We'll buy all the players that you want. Look at this year. The only thing that has changed is like, okay, if our star players are injured, we have people who are going to come in. We have Eberechi Eze who is going to come in. Saka needs a break. Madueke come in. You know, we our two leaders at the back, Saliba, Gabriel. You people are hurt. Nkapi is going to come in, and the other dude, right? They they've just been able to like, and it's because not only do they have are these players young, but they have like experience around them already because these players have already been there from the very get-go of where everything was for, right? Take the same page out of Liverpool, not Liverpool this year, Liverpool under Liverpool under Jurgen Klopp. It was the same thing. It was the same thing. Their ownership, they were, and what did these owners have in common? They're Americans. They're Americans. Just listen to your club. They've been there before you ever took before they ever you ever thought of buying them. Listen to the fans. They got in a Jurgen Klopp, experienced manager in Germany. Come over here to England. You people are you're flirting with success, but it don't look too good. It don't look too good. But all you need is just give them time. Give them the players because when Jurgen Klopp started, it was players running. It was starting. The players were starting to dip out, and he had to like he had to bring in new players, and they were well. They recruited well, right? Bring in good recruits. Stop with trying to find the young players and try to find. Remember when we used to play football manager? Remember that time? If you give me football manager now, the first thing I'm gonna buy is
Absolutely.
15 Wonder Kids. If you give me money, the first thing I'm gonna buy is at least 7 Wonder Kids. Because we want to be that manager who bought players for cheap and turned them into the next Lionel Messi. No, it's not like that. It's not always going to pan out that way. It's not always going to pan out that way. It's never going to work out that way at all. Buy buy players who can handle it. You already showed that you can spend the money. Because how did we get Enzo Fernandez and Moises Caicedo on the team? We spent big to get them there. And you can see what spending big is. If Rhys James is not playing, our assistant captain is Enzo Fernandez. You spent money to bring a player that know you can handle the pressure and his experience. Even though Enzo Fernandez is like what 25 maybe if that.
Mhm.
You know, look at Moises Caicedo. You spent the money because you saw that they had the head to carry that pressure. Bring in players that can work for us. Our the past managers and the fans have been crying for defenders. Bring in experienced two defenders, maybe one experienced goalkeeper. All right. Bring those two in. Three, two defenders, one goalkeeper. We are fine. Keep the manager, Liam Rosini. I know it's not going to be popular amongst Chelsea fans because that's a yes man, and they call him LinkedIn Liam because he just sounds so scripted.
Lit-
He sounds
Who
so
calls him
scripted.
that?
Every Chelsea fan calls him LinkedIn Liam because it sounds so scripted. You hear this man talk. What happened today? That was all me. That was all me. I didn't set up the way we had to set up. Come on, we know it was you. Kalama blame. Who else will we blame? So for me, tell me, it's you. It's you. We know. You don't have to tell us to blame you. We are already going to blame you. So just give him the players. Stop buying babies. Give him the players and let's build out from there. All right. Two center backs, two strong center backs, one goalkeeper.
Mm.
We're tired of buying left and right wing. We're okay in that department. Okay. We don't have problems scoring goals. We beat ourselves a lot of the times. It's because we panic at the back. And because we have kids at the back that unfortunately for them, they just got thrown into that position. Achepong is a great defender, great young player, but he shouldn't be in some certain situations sometimes. If you had a good center back who could come in and like calm things down, or if he's playing against the next a seasoned center back. We're using Chaloba as our seasoned center back, and I love Chaloba to death, but he is learning the ropes too, you know? Just bring in two level-headed center backs, great experience, one goalkeeper, and we're solid. And we're solid from there. And the next two years, we should check the pressure. Check the pressure. If that doesn't work with the two solid center backs, maybe not the manager. LinkedIn Liam has got to go. Get in another manager that you have to listen to. You have to listen to. If there needs to be like a Morris Edu between the two of you to communicate and bring all your messages to the board, please do that. The board should never come into the dressing room. Stop all of that nonsense. Let's cut it out. Leave it to the players. Leave it to the manager. Leave it to the Morris Edu type connect before it gets to the board. You know, don't right now everything is not the communication is not there. It's not there. They're trying to take over everything, and that's where we currently are.
I mean, Chelsea have a lot of things to do after that.
We do we do the short and sweet answer would be get rid of the board. Chelsea fans would be happy with that. Get someone who is going to want to communicate and just okay, please, I take or beg you, just manage this thing for me. Whatever you need, let me know. I will get it for you. Get a manager that has his head inside there, right? No reputable manager is coming to Chelsea right now. Forget it. No reputable manager is coming to Chelsea right now. There's no point because we already know you're not going to listen to us. There's no way Clear Lake and Todd Bowley fired a Thomas Tuchel. Probably look at them and laughed and ran away and say, oh, hey, look at me, whatever. And he just ran away. There's no way these people are not serious because he has already seen that. He has already seen that and it's like, no, I'm not going to do that. So just take pages from an Arsenal, take pages from Liverpool, take pages from Manchester United. Take pages from Manchester United because Manchester United had some. They've been dumping managers left and right, like Chelsea too, in the past few years, right? But what they've done is they've been able to, even though the last manager was bad, He was still able to see that there are some players that need weeding out, and he did that. And he then brought players that have the experience, not only have experience, have Premier League experience in Mateus Cunha and Mbuemo from Brighton. Like these are players that have the pedigree. They know this, they know the league, right? And they've been able to steady the ship. At the back, you got a great goalkeeper. Defense, even though this one might be hurt, this one is coming in, but they also have experience. It's Maguire. Maguire has been there for years, you know. The butcher has been there for years too. So it's like it just clicked. Something just clicked. Casemiro started playing better, you know, and knowing that Casemiro don't have the legs, you pair him up with my boy, what's my boy name? I'm a Ghana boy, eh? Even though he play for England. Eh,
Kobe Mano.
Kobe Manu, like he has his youth, there's youth and he has legs, and then you put Captain Fantastic in front of them the whole time, and it's solid. It's solid. Then you have Cunha and my African boys in front. It's solid. It's solid. It's such a joy to see that it don't take much for a club to tick. Just give the manager the players that they want. And you don't even need the greatest of great managers. You need a Michael Carrick, which is you people know what you're doing. Go out there and do it. Go out there and do it. And they're doing it. So it's not, I don't think we're far off, but we are not catching up. And because Chelsea owners are just, they're just treating the club like what it is. It's just a business to them, unfortunately.
Mm. I mean, this is one of the reasons why I was looking forward to having Lulu on the channel for Amigos, because I knew his fashion was always gonna shine out, and
Hey,
he's answered all the questions I have.
I'm
I don't know
stressed,
if you want
man.
to. That's why we're
That's
here
stressing me out. That's
to to,
stressing
di-
me out. That's in.
to distress your stress, and make it therapeutic for you. But
I I
I'll
saw
leave the.
someone ask me, I saw someone say, "Oh, they're disappointed. It's the international break." Excuse me, you're disappointed in what? That is the international. I've never been more happy in my life. Ah! I don't even need to watch before. I don't even watch international break except it's a tournament or something. I don't need that. I don't have to watch ball for 2 weekends. Oh no, about. Thank you so much. Thank you. Off it. Off the TV. What do you mean? I don't have to wake up at 7 a.m. to watch Chelsea. Ah, thank you. Thank you. Gaslights
Oh
me
my
passing
gosh!
left, right, like this. Just to say you try to score a goal. Score what goal? Score what goal? Come on. You're
Oh
having
my
enough.
gosh!
Come on.
Has to be one of our best guest shows, Ayo. To be honest with you.
Can you please give me extra 2 weeks of international, please? Because I don't want to see Chelsea play, and I'm too scared of Arsenal winning this league.
Oh, I think they're gonna win it. I think they're gonna win it.
Ah,
Ayo,
no, my
on,
God, don't
on,
let us talk it. Don't put anything like that in the universe. Please take it back from the universe. Arsenal winning. Yeah, I can't even finish. I guess so. I can't finish it. No, no way. No way.
Ayo, I'll let you say the final words, and if you have any other questions. I mean, at this point,
Oh,
Lulu has absolutely owned the show.
I'm here. I'm holding on for my dear life. It's just a wonderful roller coaster. Lots of emotions. Love, like really great insight. Um, it's a fascinating team, Chelsea. From an outsider's perspective,
Mm,
even this season, whenever I look at the team sheet, it does seem like an incredibly talented squad. Um, uh, João Pedro looks great.
great players. Great
really big
players.
fan of some of the players in this squad. I know central defense is seems to be lacking some maturity, and the
Hmm.
goalkeeper position is definitely leaves a lot to be
Shaky.
desired.
Yeah, absolutely.
However, from my perspective, what I think is missing with Chelsea is they did two things really bad. They tried to bury the past and proclaim a new era because of all
Mm-hmm.
the noise and all the external um, noise around Abramovich's reign in terms of not
Mm-hmm.
just political stuff, but also
Mm-hmm.
corruption, how the players are being acquired. I mean, how
Mm-hmm.
much of this is hearsay, we don't know. And so they were
Mm-hmm.
so eager to move on that I think they made too many changes and they made them too quickly.
Yeah.
Um, you look at Chelsea right now, and two things are missing. Um, Thiago Silva. I don't know if they still make players like that anymore, but that's as probably as good as a plug and play player. Um, and so they're missing leaders, true leaders that can like uphold standards within the squad.
Mm-hmm.
And then on the other hand, I think they did something that's even more egregious. They cleaned house, and there is now look at that pitch. There's really no connection to Stamford Bridge in that squad. Where are the through lines? You need at least three or four players that bleed your club, that are grown in your area, that live and breathe Chelsea. You're talking about Liverpool. You think about Henderson. You think about Milner. You think about Robertson. Even the other boy on the other side for a while.
Yeah, a lot.
Now Real Madrid. I forget.
Trent.
Trent. You have players that are Liverpool through and through, and they live
Yeah.
that club. Arsenal. We have players that we needed time to build them. So you can.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little bit artificial, but you can say Gabriel. You can say Odegaard to some extent, but we have Bukayo. Bukayo is ours. Like
Mm-hmm.
we from nine, I think he
Yeah.
came in all through.
Yeah.
MLS is coming, Waneri's coming. Hopefully, Dalman looks like he's like we have that connection to the club that kind of
Right.
builds that togetherness, and
Mm.
Chelsea feels a lot like mercenaries,
Mm.
and it's very
Fair.
hard to have them pull together when it's mercenaries. One of my favorite memories as a external was, do you remember the time? Who's this kid you guys sold? He's now at Bayern Munich.
Bayern.
Nicholas
We
Um,
Jackson.
sold them.
Nicholas
Olise.
Jackson.
Jackson.
Oh,
Yeah, you sold Jackson, and I can remember one
he's on loan.
time. Sorry,
He's still a player. He's on loan.
but he's on loan. No, he might come back. But there's a time
Yeah.
where he there's an attack going. He's a striker, and he shows up for the ball. It should be passed, and Enzo was like, "Screw this! I'm gonna shoot for myself," and then like skies it like into the stands, and you just see that like exasperation in Nicholas Jackson's
Mm-hmm.
face, and
Mm-hmm.
you just get the sense like this is not a team,
Mm. Yeah.
and to make it a team that takes time, and every coach that you fire, like the I thought Chelsea were getting it when they fired Pochettino. It looked like it settled towards the end of that
Yeah.
season.
Mm-hmm.
It looked like it had
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We
settled
had like five
um,
wins in a row under
in
him
a row, and
at
then
the end.
now we start again. Maresca
Start
starts to
again.
settle, we start again, and I think for me that more so, even more so than a defender and a goalkeeper, which obviously Sanchez is something else. But I think till they figure that part out, that's like I don't fear Chelsea because of that. Because I know
Mm-hmm.
like they won't wait to like what's it called to let it settle. And then
Mm-hmm.
who's coming through your ranks? Do you know any Chelsea boys?
No, we all we do is we sell most of all our Coburn boys are are flexing. They're doing the big ones in the league right now. Declan
Yeah.
Rice as a Copeland boy.
Yeah.
Um, uh, Obviously, we still have Rhys James, and our captain, who's
Hmm.
doing an amazing thing. Look at
I
Mark
forget about
Gay.
Reese. Yeah. Hmm.
Mark Gay, he is playing, is one of the starters at Manchester City of all teams right now. You know, um, they're all around. I mean, they're doing amazing things. But yeah, like you said, Aya, to your point, we don't have that identity okay, yeah, this is an established Chelsea boy, outside our Rhys James. Um, but we do have those names on paper. We have those names on paper. Esteval, yes, is new, but I know that kid is going to be wonderful if he just has the right manager to play for him to show him the ropes. You know, Jao Pedro, most consistent striker in the past month right now. You know, Cole Palmer, yes, is coming back from an injury, but he's been hot for a minute. You know, Enzo Fernandez, Moises Caicedo. These are players that when the ball is at their feet, I'm confident they can do whatever they want to do on the ball. I'm confident whenever even Garnacho is on the ball, I'm like, okay, yeah, I can see he can do something. He can do something. He can do something, you know? Then they go and bring in our number nine.
The
Boy,
lap,
Liam
Liam the
Delap.
lap.
Don't let me say too much.
I think he's talented. I think he's
Hey,
Yeah, I
talented.
who?
don't. I don't.
Here's
I
who?
don't.
I think Liam
I
Delap is
I
talented. Yeah.
don't. I
Oh,
don't.
Liam Delap.
You don't?
Yeah, I
Okay.
don't. He looks like your
Liam
traditional
Delap.
number nine,
Oh,
but he doesn't score.
oh,
He is a
traditional number
throwback.
nine.
Yeah.
But he
Hmm.
doesn't
Traditional
score.
what?
He looks like a traditional number
He
nine,
doesn't
but he
look
doesn't score.
anything. He does not look anything. Oh my goodness.
No,
No, Liam
he's
Delap.
he's he's brought in to be a focal point. You need some of those strikers to do that because I mean,
Whenever that
not to
man
score.
comes
Like
on the
he's
field, we're down a player. Whenever that man comes on, just know, yeah, we've given up and we're just thrown in. Just say, those kind of players is just say, go and show me what you can do. That's all you did. That's all as a manager you can tell those ones to do. Just go and do something. Just show me some,
try,
inspire me.
try your
You know,
best.
yes, try your best. There's nothing that man can bring to a Chelsea. There's nothing that those are the type of players we are actively trying to remove from the club and bring in more experienced players that can João Pedro, you're scoring. Let me add more to that. Let me assist you with that. Those are the type, not only in the lab, not a Mark Gu that we have in the to back as backup to Liam the lab. Those are not players. I would love to get back Nicholas Jackson because I know what he can do. Yes, when we had him, it was hot, but I feel like he is still someone who can bring a lot to the Chelsea team, and he's still young. I really feel like we
Is
bring him
Mark
back.
Gui? Isn't he a Chelsea boy?
Yeah, no, he came from we bought him from Barcelona.
You did? Oh, my bad. Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
you're
we bought
right.
him from
You're right. Yeah.
Barcelona. But
Yeah.
we just need to get just get Jackson back. Just about that Chelsea identity. Don't worry, we will have players at the end of the day who will become the face of Chelsea. Don't worry, the Caicedos, the Enzo Fernandez, they will just give them the players that they want to play ball with. They do.
Yeah.
You play ball now.
Hmm.
Your coach. You want to surround your players with players who know how to play ball. Otherwise, the players on your team, it's not going to ginger them to play that ball anymore. It's
That's
not
true.
going to. It's not going to. If me as a deep lying center mid, I'm looking for runners and I see Liam Delap running into the box. Can you pass it? Why will I pass the ball to you? Why would no tell me why will I pass the ball to you? I will turn around and pass it to my wingman now. Because what is the point? I know that ball is not going into the back of the net. But when I had this Fabregas who was launching the ball to Eddie Hazard in the front or Diego Costa, those are players that I want to be knocking the ball to. I'm not knocking the ball to no Liam Delap. It's not making sense to me from what I'm looking at it though. But on paper, we have the names. We have the names. We just need more security at the back. The goals are already there. We just need the names at the back to be solid and just give us a manager who knows who knows ball, who ball is in his head. Just go and cut Jabi Alonso. He's right now, and the next team to get him. Oh, Lord Mario. Oh yeah, it's Manchester United, oh. And those ones they don't know how to do
Nah,
anything with.
they won't.
Oh,
They won't call him. It's the Liverpool connection. They
oh,
won't call him.
maybe Liverpool too. Oh,
Liverpool is probably calling him, especially the season the way the season they've gone. On that note,
but
amigos, thank you so much for your time, Lulu. It's been a pleasure. It's been wonderful having you on the show. Please, your
it's been
final
awesome.
thoughts for our amigos before we head out today.
Don't worry, amigos. Arsenal is not going to win the league. We know. Don't you be rest assured. Go to bed tonight knowing that we don't, like they always say, we don't know how the elephant gets on top of the tree, but one thing's for certain, it's gonna come down.
Oh wow, what a way to end the show. Amigos, we'll surely have Lulu back again. Don't worry. It's been an honor. Thank you so much for your time, Lulu. Amigos, thank you for your time
Thank
as
y'all. Thank
well. We
y'all.
will see you all in the next content. As always, amigos, stay positive. Take care.
Bye, amigos.